Good morning, second graders. I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. I'm excited because we get to read a story again together today. But before we get started on the story, I have 3 questions that I want you all to just think about before we start. So, what do you enjoy doing alone? There are many activities that we can do independently, whether it be at school or at home. So, what are some things that you like doing by yourself? And what's harder or less fun to do alone? So maybe what are some activities that you would prefer to do with friends or family because they're less fun to do by yourself? So think about that. And then when you play or work with others, what can you do to make sure that you're working as a team? So I know that when I'm working with others, I like to make sure that I get to voice my opinions, but I also use my listening ears and let other friends give their advice because I have actually learned some really great things with working with other people and them voicing their opinions. And I've actually learned some cool art, how to draw things from listening to others and their ideas. So when working together, it's really important for everyone to participate and work together, have everybody show respect and cooperate with one another. So we're using our voices, but also using our listening ears to work together. So in this story that we're going to read, a group of friends have to figure out how to work as a team to make a school project. It's a really cool story, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So as we listen, I want you to pay attention to the times where maybe some friends aren't working together and aren't cooperating, and what they do differently to work as a team. So here we go. Okay, so we are going to read the story, The Rainforest. Mia and Jeremy peered over Kenny's shoulders as he drew a slip of paper from the teacher's jar and quickly unfolded it. All week long, their class had been learning about the different biomes of the Earth, and now they were going to work in teams to build their own model biomes. "We got the tropical rainforest," Kenny announced happily. "My dad is a biology teacher," Jeremy told his friends as they walked back to their desks. "So he has a lot of books about planets and animals. Plants and animals, sorry. I'll ask him if we can borrow some." The kids decided to meet at the treehouse the next afternoon to get started. When Kenny arrived at the treehouse, Mia was already waiting with a backpack that was bursting at the seams. "This is my bug collection," Mia explained. "I thought we might want to put some insects in our rainforest." "Are they real?" Kenny asked, eyeing her backpack with interest. Mia nodded and pulled out a clear plastic block with a bright green beetle in the center. "Some of them are real, like this one that I got at the Science Museum," she explained. "But I also have a lot of rubber bugs and plastic bugs. I've been collecting them for a long time." "Hey, can you help me carry this stuff up?" called a voice from below. Mia and Kenny looked out the window and saw Jeremy with a wagon full of books, boxes, and paper. "Wow, you sure brought a lot of stuff," said Kenny as they made several trips up and down the ladder with Jeremy's things. "Well, my dad and I went through his books last night, and then I drew a picture of what our rainforest should look like," said Jeremy. "I think I brought everything we will need." "Here's what to do," said Jeremy, spreading his drawing on the table. "First, we'll have to cut a bunch of plants and animals from construction paper. I think we should make a lot of trees because it's a rainforest. Then we'll glue them all in one of the boxes I brought, and then make a river like I have in my drawing. Do you want to look at some of the books first to see what you should make?" Kenny and Mia looked at each other and did not know what to say. It seems like Jeremy has this all figured out already. "Maybe we could make some of the rainforests out of the clay or pipe cleaners that I brought," suggested Kenny. Jeremy shook his head. I don't think that all that stuff will fit into any of my boxes. I brought a big flat box, said Kenny. Maybe we can use that instead? No, Jeremy replied. That wouldn't look anything like my drawing. Kenny and Mia looked at each other and did not know what to do. Right now, does it seem like Jeremy is cooperating with Kenny and Mia and trying to work with them? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Finally, Mia spoke up. Jeremy, you have some really good ideas for our rainforest, but so do we. Yeah, added Kenny. Do you know that Mia brought her bug collection? She's got a lot of really cool insects that we could use. Jeremy glanced at his drawing and then at his friends. Oh, he said quietly. I guess I got a little excited and carried away. I'm sorry I didn't ask about your ideas. Kenny and Mia looked at each other and then smiled at Jeremy. So why do we think he planned this project without them? Do you think that he didn't want to work with them? Or that he was trying to be unfair? Why do you think he planned this without Kenny and Mia? It's okay, said Kenny. Let's just start over and work like a team this time. So the kids looked through Jeremy's books and found pictures of spider monkeys, toucans, tree sloths, and many other animals. I had no idea that so many creatures lived in the rainforest, said Kenny. Great idea to bring these books, Jeremy. Mia dumped her backpack onto the table. Did you know that there are over 30 million different kinds of insects in the Amazon rainforest? She held up a shiny black plastic beetle with a big horn on top of its head. This is a rhino beetle. There are tons of them in the rainforest. Ew, said Jeremy. You sure know a lot about bugs, so maybe you should be in charge of those. Mia grinned. Okay, but let's look through my collection together and pick out some good ones. What do you think would have happened if Mia and Kenny didn't speak up? And they didn't tell Jeremy how they felt? The kids worked together on their rainforest all week long. The tall trees they made weren't going to fit into any of Jeremy's boxes, so they took the top off Kenny's big flat box and used that instead. Wow, said Jeremy. I never thought about making it in an open box. Now you'll be able to see it from any side. Good thinking, Kenny. I love how they're working together and giving each other really great ideas. Mia had an idea to make the trees out of Kenny's clay. Her friends didn't think it would work, but they agreed to give it a try. It didn't work. The clay cracked when it dried, so all the tall trees broke in half. Oh well, said Kenny with a smile. At least now we know not to make anything too big with the clay. So I love how Kenny's being really supportive here. And he's saying that Mia maybe made them a little bit too big. So now they all know not to make anything too big with the clay. So they're actually helping each other out and giving each other good ideas. Kenny and Jeremy decided to use the clay to make some iguanas and howler monkeys instead. After a few minutes, Kenny squished his lump of clay, sighing, I just can't do this. Why don't you try to make one out of something else? Jeremy encouraged him. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try your best. Kenny tried again and figured out that pipe cleaners actually made nice monkeys with very curly tails. By the time he was finished, There were fuzzy monkeys hanging from every tree in the rainforest. I love in this part how Jeremy's encouraging Kenny. So we can really see that they're working together now. And he's saying, if you make a mistake, that's okay. Try your best. So I really love how they're helping each other and encouraging one another. This is great. Great teamwork. After several days, the kids were finally finished with their tropical rainforest. It had tall trees, colorful plants, lots of different animals, and creepy, crawly bugs. "This is awesome," said Jeremy. "We did it!" Wow, that rainforest looks amazing. Look at all that hard work and teamwork. They did an amazing job. During their class presentation the next day, the kids took turns talking about the different animals, plants, and insects in their rainforest. Their classmates thought it was really neat and had a lot of questions. At the end, their teacher asked what it was like to work on the project together instead of alone. "Well," said Mia, "we had a lot more good ideas to use." "We also helped each other do our best," said Kenny. Then the kids gave each other a high five as Jeremy added, "And being a team was a lot more fun." So I love in this story how Kenny, Mia, and Jeremy really worked as a team to create their biome project. And I love how they were giving each other encouragement and some really great ideas to work on. I love how Mia had a lot of knowledge about the bugs and was able to really focus on that part of the project. And each person had a part to play in the creation of this amazing rainforest. So I want you to think really quickly about things that you all work together on in school. So, have you maybe created a really cool project together in school? When do you work together in school? So, think about that. Because I know it's a lot of fun to work together on projects and other things in the classroom.